All right, everyone, welcome to Duran's TV. This is gonna be our first weekly dive into our meta weeklies. So I have here Poketeague here, and today we're
What's
just
going
gonna
on,
kind
guys?
of dive in and go over the meta stuff and get Poketeague's thoughts on what's meta, how Series 2 is looking so far, and kind of go from there. So this was actually yesterday, yesterday's tournament. So Poketeague, you're gonna love this. Okay, I'm gonna let you talk for a little bit. Um, let's start with the number one team. So this was the number one team. This won the tournament. I'll let you start.
Nice to see Roaring Moon. I was hoping he would get popular. Booster energy, that's nice. I really like the acrobatic set that does a lot of damage. Throat chop for Sylveon. Feel like you might miss a lot of hydro pumps on Iron Bundle, which kind of sucks, but freeze dry is nice for Dozo. Pretty much you have two strong cores and two paradox mons. That's what it looks like to me, which I
That's
think a lot
literally
of Series 2 teams.
that's literally the team.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of Series 2 teams can be like that too. You might not even need two Paradox Mons, honestly, as I was mentioning earlier, is that, keep some solid Series 1 cores and just, splash in a little bit of Paradox Mons here and there. I really like Iron Bundle too, because I'm pretty sure after it's uh, is it only slower than Dragapult in the metal?
Oh yeah, but if
Dragapult's,
you if
Dragapult's the
you
only thing faster than it?
yeah, but if you put booster energy on it, it's
It is
actually
faster.
it is the fastest thing in the meta. If you put
Yeah, and it is the
the booster
fastest.
energy on,
Yeah.
yep.
Probably the best Icy Wind user.
Oh yeah, easy. It'll allow you to like you can pair it with Goldango and just Icy Wind, Flutter Mane,
Yeah.
and then just one
Yeah.
shot the Goldango. Oh,
hmm
that's a nightmare. Um,
Yeah, that's really
so
nice.
so you know what I think
On
is
Tatsugiri.
as I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this. I was waiting for you to
Cody
see
Storm
that.
Taunt. That's nice.
Nice. That is nice. I like that a lot. The only problem I have with Iron Bundle is this move right here. Um, Hydro Pump.
Yeah, you miss it. It hits when it hits, but you got to let it hit first.
Yeah, man. I don't know how I feel about Hydro Pump. But yeah, this team's really cool, I think. I like honestly, I always felt that Steel was the best Terra type for Dondozo, just to avoid
Yep.
like clear smog and just to get like for most of the stuff like besides haze, you can't get rid of the boost. So
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how Don Dozo's Terra types have evolved, like since the whole Series 1 started, all the way up until now, because it used to be, one thing and then someone will counter it and then it'll switch to another Terra type and then someone counters it and then someone switches to another one and now we're ended up to Steel. I bet you it changes a little bit more too, honestly.
yeah, I made a video using Emilio Forbes's Dondozo team from San Diego. Emilio went 10 and
hmm
0 in Swiss.
And that is ridiculous.
Bro,
That is ridiculous.
Terra flying, Terra flying.
hmm
So there's so many different Terra types, but honestly, this is the team that I really like. It's because what in the world am I looking at?
I've been interested in Iron Valiant, but I think it's 5 points slower than I think it's 5 points slower, right? It's base 80 speed, I feel like.
I know the creator gave me some insight on Valiant yesterday. He said on Twitter that it's just basic. It reminds him of like a little bit of a slower Pheromosa. It's
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that pretty much, yeah.
so let's see.
And Pheromosa is a good mon too, so it's hard.
It's base
That's close
116.
combat. It's base 116? Oh
It's
wow, I
base
must
one.
have been thinking of Glade, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Glade's
base
base
one.
80, I think.
Yeah, it's base 116, bro. Check this out.
Oh
It's
wow.
got
Yeah, you don't want to get slapped by that.
base 130 attack, base 120 special attack.
Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. And to put that into perspective, Landorus T is like what, 125 or 135?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
crazy.
that's wild. So this is a good mon. Focus Ash. Look at this, bro. He's running Moonblast, Close Combat, and Icy Wind. I'm curious to know the nature that he has on it. It's probably a neutral nature, just to keep these
Mhm.
get decent damage. AV King
Yeah, you don't
Gambit,
want to get hit by that. The only
Terra
thing is that
Dart.
like the only thing I'll get to that in a sec, but the only thing that like I kind of feel bad about some Paradox mons that have like Quark Drive is like there's nothing to activate it unless you use Pincurchin.
Yeah, or the booster energy, which like you kind of waste it
Yeah,
sometimes. Like if you need to switch it out because um you're in a bad position, like or you don't like your positioning with it, you have to switch it out, and then you
hmm
just wasted your item. Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
exactly. But everybody else should keep an eye out too, because once we get into a restricted meta, you will see a lot of Miraidons for that very reason. Every team's gonna have a Miraidon and a Co-Rhydon guaranteed.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be insane. Those
Mhm.
two. I'm curious to see like if those do get if they're like permitted, what Terra types are gonna be optimal for
I
those
know
two.
I was thinking about that too.
'Cause-
Because I've heard
so
other people talking about it as well, and I think that Miraidon, I don't really know what that's. I'm not too familiar with that, but I've used Koraidon a few times, and I feel like probably in the beginning everyone's gonna fire terror it because it gets flare blitz, it's in the sun, um, gets stabbed. Yeah, I think fire is probably gonna be its best bet. But also, what is that? They got it. It's like a signature move. I think it's a fighting type move too.
collision course, something like that, I think it's
Yeah,
called.
collision course. You get recoil damage on it, but still,
Yep.
I think fire is a little bit more optimal because I don't know what defensive typing it'll take on. Well, I guess probably fire too because it gets rid of its fire weak or fairy weakness.
Yeah, and it's four
So
times. It's a four
yeah,
times fairy weakness.
so with the fire Terra, it's going to be optimal for offense and also for defensive types. People might mess around and do uh, other Terra types, like maybe in like a niche situations, but it'll be interesting to watch that.
Yeah. So this team right here, this is some ish to keep it PG that I would
Mm-hmm.
like. I like
Oh
this a
yeah, definitely. I
lot.
see the Mimikyu,
Bro,
Hyperion, Iron Man,
this
Iron
is
Bundle.
something I would like I would play with 1000%. Like
Mm-hmm.
the only thing I would change probably is the trick room. Like I don't even care about the trick room. Probably add Shadow Claw there instead of the trick
Mm-hmm.
room just for damage into like annihilates and stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you probably don't
I
really
like
need
that a
the
lot.
trick room because you have a good split of fast mons and
Yeah,
slow mons.
and yeah, you have a Mungus. Like yeah, you don't really
Mm-hmm.
need that. Um, this team looks interesting, but let's
There's
check
one
this
that I
out.
want to look at specifically, actually,
Oh,
that I
tell me.
noticed. It's the Talonflame Fluttermane team. It might be towards
Talonflame,
the bottom.
Talonflame, Fluttermane. Oh, look at that. I made top 32, believe it or not.
Here's one. Let's see. I think it's right there.
This one? No. Am
No,
I crazy? Oh, right here,
I
this
lost
one?
it.
Oh, no, not
I'm
that
on
one.
my phone right now, so it's kind of small.
Okay. All right, let's
It's
look
just under
at
you. But
is it this one, this
Fluttermane and
one?
Talonflame is something
Oh,
I'm really getting
right
into.
here, right here. Boom.
I want to examine that one for a little bit because that's a pairing that I've kind of been looking at.
All right, so it's
Oh yeah,
got
so
Life
this is a
Orb.
team out. Yeah, I would love to play this team. Except for I'd probably get rid of the Breloom. Honestly, I love Breloom. I'm a like big Gen 3 fan, but I don't really know if it has a big place here right now.
So you know, it'd be interesting to replace Breloom with.
Hmm.
Um, what's the Paradox Mon for Amoongus? The name of it?
Root Bonnet. Yeah,
Root
that big boy.
Bonnet.
Uh-huh.
Root
Yeah, I totally
Bonnet.
agree.
The
I wouldn't
only
go slow
problem,
either. I'd go max speed too.
yeah,
I think it hit.
bro, max speed, max HP, and just sucker punch. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
100%.
Yeah, that'd be pretty saucy. Um, the only problem with that though is that then you'd have the two Pokemon that are effective by fighting with Gambit
Yeah.
and the Bonnet. So that's the only type of issue you kind of run into there. But
True.
you have Talonflame for that, and you have Fluttermane for that. So it's not that big of a deal, I don't think.
I might also rather do Terra flying on Talonflame just to get that last hard hit on a Brave Bird sometimes. I don't know
You
what the
know,
dragon is for.
it's probably just a defensive Terra for like electric
Yeah.
attacks. The reason why I might disagree with you as far as like Terra flying is
Mhm.
I think James Beck ran it in San Diego, and
Yeah, he did.
it felt like it was just not picking up KOs when you needed it to pick up KOs.
True.
And
But he was
I'm
also
sure
using Brave Bird a lot on Dondozo. I didn't get
exactly
to do anything.
that's true, but I mean, I don't know if Terra flying. I don't know. I'm also
True.
not a fan of the Roaring Moon acrobatics Terra flying set either. I think like once people start using a more defensive Terra on Roaring Moon for Tailwind and then set up with like Dragon Dance, I think that'll be better.
Yeah.
It
Well, I
also
think
gets focus energy. It also gets focus energy. That's something to look out for. Roaring Moon gets
great
focus
value
energy,
hydrated.
bro.
Also, so personally, I feel like you know how people were using Salamence with Steel Terra. I think
Yeah,
that's how you should really use Roaring Moon. That's a good
that's
way to use it.
that's exactly the way that I thought. Assault Vest Tauros. Okay. This
Mirror
is
Herb. Put your mirror herbs on your Tauros. That was something that blew my mind at regionals, and I love it so much.
yeah, I
That
like that a
that
lot.
brings back intimidate. Bring back intimidate with the mirror herb.
I actually want to talk about this team. I was watching Alchemist play with it on stream. Um, so I know that he
He's
said,
he's a wizard with the Dragonite and Arcanine for sure.
oh, he loves these two. Like this is
Yeah, he's good at those.
he loves these. He loves these guys.
Mm.
And
Sandy
Matt,
shocks. That is crazy.
bro, look at this. What is it? One, two, three, four Pokemon no protect. So two Pokemon with protect.
Wow, that's risky.
This would make me super nervous. So
Yeah, that's risky.
I actually really love the chilling water. But I would
Mhm.
probably, if I'm running this type of set on bundle, I'm definitely trying to make it as bulky as possible. So I'd probably
Mhm.
put like, you know what'd be interesting if people started putting Choppleberry onto bundle, so that way it's taking less hits from Iron Hands, and then it's getting off that chilling water to lower its attack. That's a good
True.
way to kind of mitigate damage.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd like to see more people using chilling water. I know it's only like base 40 damage or something like that, but it's nice.
I
Lowering
think
that lowering attack.
it's base 50, but yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, base
Uh,
50. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's base 50. Um,
Hmm.
I
But you
do
can do
like
it
the
over
set.
and over. You can stack it too, you know? Like if you can get off multiple, like that can really lower the damage on the
Oh
other side of the
yeah,
field.
yeah. You basically just make that other Pokemon a wet noodle.
Hmm.
I do think Focus Sash is optimal on Fluttermane.
You have
Um,
to. If
I
Shadow Sneak one shots Fluttermane, I mean, that's your only option.
bro, I've one shot with people with
Yeah.
freaking Mimikyu.
I learned that from you, and I'm like, oh man, yeah, you gotta focus that shit then.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, it's so bad. Sandy
Energy
Shocks.
ball.
Someone came at me. Yeah, this is a good coverage move, but I guess it's for the bundle probably. But the problem is this thing's still faster, so like it can icy wind and then you just get wrecked by Goldango.
Uh,
But yeah, Arcanine's a good coverage for that. Dragonite's pretty bulky, probably. I ran into this really bulky Dragonite at at regionals, and it survived. It wasn't full HP either. Like it had some chip. It probably had about 75 HP left, and it survived. Life Orb Glaive Rush,
oh my goodness.
bro.
Also, too, what I've noticed about bulky Dragonite is I think that bulky Dragonite has a lot more success than like max attack, like offensive Dragonites.
Oh yeah, bulky
Because they're just hard to
Dragonite.
get rid of. You can't
Yeah,
really get rid of them.
it's so good.
Especially if they
It
can
was
Dragon Dance.
yeah. It was no, it was actually Goggles Dragonite with
Mm.
Terra Flying. Oh, it did so much damage, and it ran Terra Blast. So smart. Yeah, it was brutal. I actually really this is John Zoo's team. I actually played this kid. I actually played John Zoo at regionals, and he ran a similar team with this menace of a mousehold. Terra Ghost. Terra Ghost mousehold is just a nightmare.
Yeah, I know. I hate
It's
seeing
an
that.
yeah, it's an absolute nightmare. I actually really
No
like
pop
the
bomb.
team. No pop bomb.
No pop
He's
bomb.
at
Because Super Fang.
he goes Super Fang, and I actually think
And Super
Super
Fang still
Fang.
hits too. So.
Yeah, I think Super Fang is actually better than Pop Bomb.
Mhm.
In this meta specifically, just because like there's so many bulky Pokemon, like Iron Hands and Garganacl now is running around. You're not gonna pick those off with a Pop Bomb. But Super Fang, you actually like it's half their HP. So like
Yeah,
you
and also
can
too, does Super Fang break through screens too? I'm pretty sure it does.
does it?
I think it does. I'll look it up right
Oh
now, but I don't got
yeah,
my laptop with me.
yeah. We can get back to this and leave it in the comments.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Hey,
Super Fang.
somebody, if you're watching this, leave a comment. Let us know. Does Super Fang break screens?
I don't think it does. If it does, that's
Let us
great.
know.
But I really like this team. The synergy with this team. Um,
Hmm.
I liked it a lot.
Clear
I
Amulet. How do you
this
feel
is
about Clear Amulet?
this. I
That's how
love
you
Clit.
use Roaring Moon.
Yeah,
Except for
this
the
is
Clear Amulet. I don't know about that.
no. I think this is great. What I've come to notice is like when every time I see Roaring Moon, I want to swap in an Intimidate user. So I
Really?
think
But I
yeah,
feel like
100%.
Open Team Sheet, like I feel like Clear Amulet really got nerfed by Open Team Sheet too. Clear Amulet and Covert Cloak both got nerfed. I
Well,
feel like with Open Team Sheet because
all right.
if
Think
you
about
know it's got
this.
a Clear Amulet,
Think about this though. If it has Clear
hmm
Amulet, right, and you know it does,
yeah,
the only way we're breaking through this and this Dragon Dance is Will-O-Wisp.
yep,
Otherwise, you know you're in big trouble. It's about to set up with a Dragon Dance, or it's gonna
yep,
breaking
get rid
swipe
of it.
you. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. And then you Terra Steel it. It'll this will do some damage. I actually really like this set a lot. For
Hmm.
Roaring Moon and Goldango Life Orb. I was telling you before, like I think this
Yeah,
is it.
that's the way to
Like this
go.
is yeah, it's the way to go. Um, Abomasnow. So I watched him play on stream yesterday in top. I think it was top 16.
Hmm.
Abomasnow. I'm a fan of Abomasnow. I just think it's very hard to use.
It's really hard to use, and also too, I'm
John
kind of
Zoo is
surprised.
playing so good because you know what? Listen to
Yeah,
this. Ready? Blizzard. Look who else gets Blizzard.
yeah, double blizzards,
Double Blizzard. So,
and if you get the freeze, which is pretty rare, but if you get frozen, like oh my goodness, you're done for.
bro, opposing dragon types do not want to see double Blizzard.
No, not even close.
Yeah,
Meowscarados
so
don't want to see double blizzards either.
no, they do not. This is
Poketeague too.
yeah, no, this is definitely I like this team a lot.
Mhm.
I think it was well put together, and yeah, I think the only Pokemon that I'd probably work on, is maybe Iron Hands. I saw you're gonna laugh at this. I don't know if you're gonna laugh at this. I saw a winning tournament team. I don't remember which tournament, but they ran Volt Switch on Iron Hands to get the chip, switch out, and switch in and intimidate.
Well,
Bro, I like that a
that actually
lot.
that works really good because Iron Hands is kind of slow, so you Iron Hands can take the hit and then just swap out into something else.
So like if you really think about it, you can have an intimidate you switch in an intimidate user, pick Volt
Uh,
Switch, right? After you
yep.
switch them back out, and then bring them back in all the same turn. So in
Yeah.
one turn, you can get off two intimidates
Yeah,
essentially.
that's nasty. That is
If you really,
nasty.
yeah, it's really good. So I saw a tournament winning team running that, and
Hmm.
I saw they responded to Clover Bells that they actually clicked Volt Switch pretty often, just to reposition themselves, and I like that a lot. So yeah,
And
I like
Iron
this
Hands is
team.
pretty tough to get through, honestly. Like some, you
Oh,
can
he's
get walled by
bulky.
Iron Hands
Yeah,
easily.
he's
Yeah.
very bulky, very bulky. Yeah, I like this team a lot. Um,
Hmm.
so that team, I like this team a lot. Like if I was to steal a team right now, It's my two favorite ones to steal as far as like the way I like to play would be
Hmm.
this one right here with Bundle, Iron Hands, Mimikyu, Hydreigon, Arcanine, and Mungus. Love that. I would try out John Zoo's team. I'd probably want to I'd probably keep the same six. I don't know. I hate the Mousehold, man. Maybe get something to replace Mousehold. I
Yeah,
really
that's how
hate.
I feel too. It's
I
good
really.
though. It is really good. Like
It's so
I never
good. It's so good.
I never play with it, but I know it's good, and I always respect them too. That
Yeah.
redirection
It's
also too. Like even if it's not pop bombing you, it's annoying by
oh
redirect.
oh. I think actually, you know what? I think John Zoo actually played this person in Top Cut. Now that I see this team, um,
Mystic Water. I like that more than the choice band.
me too. I love the haze on it and the protect.
Hmm.
I think
And
protect's crucial.
Palafin is just not as common in the meta too as I thought it was going to be before Series One started. I thought it
The
was going to be
problem
everywhere.
the problem is, and I'll tell you what the problem is with Palafin, and it actually happened in Top Cut that this got exploited. In the final
Hmm.
match of Top Cut, I think it was John Zoo and Yuhi playing. What happened was Palafin got stuck in the back without being able to switch out, and he was in his zero form the whole time.
Oh my goodness, yeah,
So
that's
like
hard.
so like you're almost forced if you're going to bring it, you're almost forced to lead it, which
Yeah, you
makes
are.
it hard to use because if you're forced to lead it, you have no choice and your opponent can kind of manipulate that. So
Yeah, and also too, flip turn is not the most optimal set for Palafin anymore either because
no,
people know it's coming. So
yeah, it
they'll
doesn't do
either
enough
you can
it
take
doesn't do
big
enough.
damage from a yeah, you can
Yeah,
take big damage from a choice scarf user before even getting your flip turn off, or you can get punished by someone protecting that you
yeah,
don't get your switch out and someone can hit you.
yeah. And then another thing is when you do flip turn, the Pokemon that's switching in might be taking a really big hit
Yep.
because you can predict the flip turn. You can almost pretty much you can really guess that Palafin's either protecting, switching out, or flip turning, and
Yep.
whatever's coming in is going to take massive damage.
Yep.
Um, so that's another downside to Palafin. But I do like it. I do like when it gets
I
in
do like
its
it
hero
too. I
form.
mean, it
When it
is
gets in its hero,
hard. Like,
it's super cool. Like hero
mm-hmm,
form, I like the ability zero to hero. I think it's cool. It gives me
mm-hmm.
the Yu-Gi-Oh vibes of Aqua Dolphin.
I'm
So
not
uh,
super informed about Yu-Gi-Oh, but
no, oh bro, Yu-Gi-Oh is the
I
ish, bro.
I know the OG Yu-Gi-Oh, and the Elemental Heroes. That's what I know.
Elemental Hero Aqua Dolphin.
I guess I missed that one.
Oh, bro, really? You
I
definitely
know it's
missed that one.
unfortunate.
Oh, it's an Iron Moth team. How did we miss this one? Iron
Yes,
Moth, bro.
and
What
Iron
is?
Moth is
Wait, 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 wait,
commonly
wait,
ranked very low.
wait a minute. Okay, we're gonna end on
Screech.
this. We're gonna end on this because we're over
Okay.
time. But bro, Screech, Acid
Yeah,
Spray, and Fiery Dance, and Terra
that's
Ghost.
support right
Bro, this guy was in his bag.
there. I
What
wish
in
I had
the?
my. I wish I could pull up some calcs right now to see what Iron Moth's defenses are because if it's super
Bro,
bulky, then that would be
bro. Oh wait, Choice Band,
support.
Roaring Moon. Oh my goodness, Choice Band. Wait, this team is wild.
Yeah,
Choice Band,
he's a
Roaring
mad
Moon.
lad.
Terra flying on Gyarados. I think that's fine with Terra Blast. Kind of like that Dragonite set that I ran into at regionals.
Yep.
It's pretty standard Amoonguss. Brick Room Flutter Me with Sash. Wow. And then
Yeah, this
eight.
guy is a mad scientist.
Yeah, this is bro, and he went 7-2. Yo, shout out to General Ledger for going seven
Yeah,
and
for
two.
real.
Iron Moth and Screech. Whoa, this is
Plus
something.
choice band Roy Moon. That's really risky. You got to be a good
Yeah.
player to pull that off.
So after looking at this, I just want to wrap up and say, I guess if you look at mostly used Pokemon, we have a Roaring Moon here. Um, we have this one. This number two team is like really off meta if you really think about it, because like there's no look Fluttermane Iron Hands. There's no Fluttermane or Iron Hands here. Okay. Then there's Iron Bundle, Iron Hands. There's Flutter Mane, another Flutter
Mm-hmm.
Mane. Roaring Moon, Iron Hands. Iron Bundle, Roaring Moon, Iron Hands. Roaring Moon, Sandy Shocks. Iron Hands. Bro, what in the world is this? This
Yeah.
is
So
wild.
you don't need
This
to
is
worry
wild.
about yeah, you don't need
Tusk.
to worry about Sandy Shocks or Tusk or Iron Moth really, but you need to have something for Iron Hands, Flutter Mane, and
Yeah.
Roaring Moon for sure, guaranteed. Coming
Yeah,
up,
because
you
look,
guys need to make sure you have something for that.
yeah,
Iron
we
Bundle
got
too. They're coming.
Iron Hands, Roaring Moon, Bundle,
Mm-hmm.
Fluttermane, Iron Hands, Bundle, Fluttermane, Iron Hands, Fluttermane, Iron Hands. Okay, I think Iron Hands is the most used. If I had to, if I had to guess by that, I think Iron Hands was like the
Mm-hmm.
most used Paradox
I feel like
Mon.
Iron Hands is probably the easiest to play. Also,
Yeah, it definitely is the easiest to play for sure.
not the easiest to play against, but the easiest to use.
Yeah, it's definitely the
But yeah,
easiest to
so
use.
make sure you guys all are keeping those Paradox Mons in mind in the upcoming tournaments, and hopefully we're gonna keep coming out with some videos like this. Maybe start going a little bit more in depth as we go. Um, but yeah, I think that's it for our first one.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to see us feature like one of these and kind of dive into like their move pool, like cool sets that you could
Mm-hmm.
probably see and most commonly used, we can kind of dive into that. And yeah, hope you guys really enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.